What's happening, everyone? My name is Max. I'm a communication skills coach, and probably by now you know what I do. I look at all different types of people's communication skills. If you like my content, hit that subscribe button. It's been a while since I've looked at some One Direction, but I've gotten a lot of requests for this over the past few months. I've seen a few interactions with Harry and Zayn. They seem like they have a lot of love for each other. Anyhow, I've gotten 2 clips pulled up here. Let's get right into this video today. Harry and Zayn, let's do it.
Just straight, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Yep.
Enjoying the screaming.
Yeah, it's been
We're
fun.
all loving it. Now, Zayn, is a footballer called Sharad Wellingham, who's a Collingwood player. He's tweeting that he looks like you.
It's fun seeing Zayn in these interviews where it's just him or it's him and another person. I feel like maybe when it's Zayn with the group, because he's a little bit more on the introverted side, he potentially feels a little bit overshadowed by the other guys. But right away, Zayn does seem very comfortable, more comfortable than he normally does in these interviews.
Look like you're doing flicking hair. Can you show us that on camera? Like, people need to see this. They can get the moves.
I kind of move. I kind of
There you go.
shake around. It kind of annoys our hair person because she'll do it and kind of make it all.
And I've noticed this before, especially when they're younger, they'll try to almost treat them like they have to do things for the interviewers. Like, hey, do your hair thing.
You're doing flicking hair. Can you show us that on camera? Like,
Or tell us about, all the girls you've dated. Almost like they're making them out to be this show and not really taking them seriously as artists. And I think from very early on, guys like Harry, and I think Zayn as well, kind of did a good job answering the questions, but at the same time, setting their boundaries.
do you have to change your band name?
No.
It's an official no.
Yeah.
Why?
We don't know. No.
You sound
We're not
pretty
changing our
confident.
name.
Right. Harry, apparently you've been texting Taylor Swift. True or false?
There you go.
Dramatic.
Zayn's super aware of what's going on. He's feeling what Harry's feeling right now, and he's just sort of like, uh-oh. They seem to be 2 buddies that are really comfortable with each other. You see Zayn kind of deferring to Harry a few times throughout this interview and sort of engaging him and wanting to interact with him. I actually do think Zayn's just a great kind of wingman sidekick. Not that he's not his own individual star, but I think he plays a really good sort of friend. He just seems like a guy who cares about your opinion, wants to know what you have to say. Just right away, they have a really nice, easygoing friendship, it feels like.
We met in America,
Right.
and she's very nice. Yeah.
Harry, he is really good at sort of figuring out what to say that comes across as polite, charming, and non-confrontational in a way, like I said before, where he still sets his boundaries. So I think all of this calculation is going on in his head right now.
There's all this. Do you have to sort of have that again, like a sixth sense? Is this girl going to sell her story? Is this going to work out well?
Yeah, they don't like
Taylor Swift
these.
Doesn't need the cash, but people.
I
got
think
best
I don't
friends.
know.
Oh, interesting. So Zayn took the lead here. Very cool.
Just we're normal guys. If we find a girl attractive, or you meet people. Yeah, if you meet a girl, then you meet a
You
girl.
make friends
We're
with
normal,
people,
so if you exchange.
When Zayn stands up for himself, you can feel it. You can feel that he probably didn't love that question, sort of wanted to nip that question in the bud. Perhaps he was sort of protecting Harry in a way there, like, let me handle this. And he was looking at Harry while he was answering that question, maybe as a sign to say, hey, dude, I got this, and I want you to know that I've got your back.
So bang on about you guys being attracted to old ladies as well.
That's more so Harry.
Yes.
It's not more so me,
Yeah, he likes an older woman.
Fair enough.
sometimes.
Good to see Zayn taking the piss. I think that's a sign of comfort as well. If you're comfortable with someone, you're much more likely to take the piss, as they would say. Obviously, this is in a friendly, non-malicious way. So potentially that's a sign of their closeness, is Zayn's ability and comfort in taking the piss with Harry, which I haven't really seen Zayn do.
Into most ages.
Not most ages.
What's your rule, Harry?
Let's move on, shall we?
Anything younger than?
No.
No?
I'm seeing a little bit of Zayn's mischievous side here. Perhaps Harry gives Zayn the space to be a little bit more mischievous and silly and playful. You can tell that Zayn feels comfortable around Harry.
They're quite direct.
Some of them are very direct. Some of them are more direct than you'd expect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shocking. Some.
Yeah. I presume you had impressions of Australia before. You had our neighbours and home and away. What's changed since you've been here? What are you taking back with you?
Well, I kind of walked when we landed. We kind of walked through the airport and we thought.
I've said this before, but Zayn's such a good listener. Again, his instinct is to put other people first. And you notice that by the way he makes eye contact with you. It's like he wants you to be involved in the conversation. That's why I say he's such a good friend, it seems like. When he's with Harry here, whether it's Harry talking, Zayn's kind of looking at him and he's really listening to him. And I'm sure Harry appreciates that. Harry being the hyper observant, aware guy that he is. I'm sure he feels really comfortable and grateful for having a guy like Zayn in his presence.
When we landed, we kind of walked through the airport and we thought, do you know what, I bet all these stereotypes are going to be far from the truth. It's not going to be anything like what you think it's going to be like. The first thing you walk in is a massive picture of a kangaroo as soon as you walk in the airport. It's it's been amazing.
Even though they're young, this is a conversational tip we can pull out of this, is you don't have to directly say something to someone to involve them in the conversation. You can make people feel involved in a conversation through your body language. And Harry and Zayn have been doing that throughout this interview, shifting over, looking at each other. You noticed Harry there when he was talking about a kangaroo, he was sort of gauging Zayn's reaction.
Massive picture of a kangaroo as soon as you walk in the airport.
So they're gauging each other, they're looking at each other, they're involving each other throughout this conversation. And I think, again, that's a sign of their comfort with each other.
We don't really have any moves.
We don't have boy band moves.
Do they come naturally that,
We just,
No.
they
It's
did.
like the classic air grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't have boy band moves. We just feel it at the time.
Nice. Nothing's planned.
Yeah, we're improv men.
Nice.
Spontaneous.
And they're bouncing off each other at the end there.
We're improv men.
Nice.
Spontaneous.
Sort of conducting this interview together as a team. They have a nice dynamic. Because Harry's smooth, right? Very present with you, doesn't ever stumble over his words, very articulate. Sometimes you think, okay, Harry's not in the mood to speak, and then the next second, he'll give you a nice little story. And then you got Zayn here. When he has something to say, he's able to speak passionately about that. And I think that's a sign of people who are a little bit more on the introverted side, like Zayn. Although they might come across as shy or maybe not comfortable or confident, when they feel strongly about something, like Zayn does, he has no problem speaking about that in a passionate, convincing, believable way. Cool little clip. Cool seeing these guys so young, so mature. So I have another clip pulled up here. It's a short one on the red carpet. One Direction world premiere. So let's check this out.
Yeah, there she is.
Isn't this amazing?
This is incredible. Why don't you tell us how?
It's amazing. It's definitely amazing. Now,
Dude, Zayn is so in tune with what everyone is saying and how everyone's reacting. Notice how Zayn is so in tune with Harry's reactions here. Right, Harry's really excited, and Zayn's like watching him and almost like mimicking and mirroring Harry's excitement.
Yeah, there she is.
Zayn is just very in tune with his environment, and I think he really just kind of feeds off the energy of his environment. But when the attention's not on him and when the attention is sort of spread out, I think Zayn's a little more comfortable, and as a result, it just allows him, I think, to be a lot more present. But he seems like he's in a great place here, super excited. Harry seems super excited too. Okay.
obviously, we see the past 3 years of your career. What would you say is the most?
I'll hold this.
Thank you. What would you say is the most proudest moment?
Well, now Zayn's distracted, so that might have taken away from my last point, but let's continue.
I think that's why we've made this movie, because we have so many proud moments that we've tried to put them all into one film so that you can see all of our proud moments.
So you see,
With answers like that, what am I?
And Zayn being more expressive with his gestures here as well. I think that's a sign of his comfort. There's different sides to Zayn as a communicator, and when Zayn's feeling good, When Zayn's feeling comfortable, he can be very captivating. And then Harry, while Zayn was speaking, Harry seemed like he was a little distracted, not as present as he usually is. Something happened. I'm not sure what happened. He said, well, with answers like that, I guess I don't even need to be here. So just kind of like a charming response and sort of giving Zayn his props.
Which celebrity has left you most starstruck in the last, 3 years you've met?
I will say they have the best fans in the world.
Will Smith was a big one.
That's you guys.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
No,
Will
no,
Smith.
Ali Zayn will be talking to you a little bit later on.
Just for that program.
Now, everybody.
I love the way Zayn engages you. Even there, when that question was being asked, Zayn was sort of looking at Harry, engaging whether Harry was going to respond first. He was going to see what Harry was going to say. And I think Zayn is in tune. That's the word. He's in tune with Harry. I think these two are an interesting dynamic because I think Harry, in a lot of ways, is a natural-born leader. And I think Zayn probably plays off that really well. He's able to compliment Harry. He watches Harry. He sees how Harry reacts. And as a result, when Zayn feels like it's time for him to take the lead, he does.
Favorite tattoo you have?
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine?
I have some hands on my arm that I like a bit.
That's very cool. And what's your favorite tattoo?
I have a few matching tattoos, and one of my matching tattoos is my favourite tattoo. It's a jigsaw piece on my arm.
And last.
Ah, there are the other boys. I see Liam. I just noticed, not a big thing, but when Harry was speaking, Zayn was really listening and tuned in. But when Zayn was speaking, Harry seemed a little distracted. I just think it's obvious that Zayn really cares about Harry.
Who's the most romantic one day?
I think we're all as equal.
I think Harry's got it for Zayn too. It's just, Zayn makes it more obvious.
Lastly, who's the most romantic one day?
I think we're all as equally romantic as each other. Probably not, but there we go.
Well, I can't disagree with that. Enjoy tonight, guys.
Thank
you
you
deserve
very
it.
much.
Look how present Harry is with the interview. The ultimate charmer, the epitome of a charmer. Look at the attention he's giving her right at the end here, saying, thank you very much.
Guys,
Thank
you
you
deserve
very
it.
much.
He makes his presence felt. He really looks at you. That's part of Harry's charisma there. And that was a fun little interview. Yeah, it's clear these boys at this time and even before this were tight. These two boys seem to really care about each other. So I hope you enjoyed that. And as always, if you want to watch my uncut reaction and analysis, all you need to do is go to my Patreon page. I've included the link in my description below. Other than that, my name is Max. I will catch you soon. Peace.